The year is 1930. The place, the unforgiving heart of northeastern Brazil, the Sertão, a land cracked by the sun, where life clings on by a thread, and hope is as scarce as water. This is the world that birthed legends, men forged in dust and desperation, known as the Cangaceiros, outlaws, bandits, folk heroes. Their stories are etched into the very soul of this land, carried on the wind like a mournful song. We journey back to this time, to witness a moment lost to history, an imagined encounter between two giants of the Cangaço. The camera drifts over a desolate landscape. Cracked earth stretches to a horizon that shimmers with heat. Withered, skeletal trees claw at a pale, bleached sky. There's a sense of oppressive silence here, broken only by the incessant buzz of flies, and the whisper of a hot wind carrying red dust. This isn't just a place, it's a character in our story, a force that shapes the men who walk it. It's a land that demands resilience, but often rewards it with nothing but more hardship. In the distance, a ruined chapel stands against the setting sun. Its walls are crumbling, its roof long gone, a skeleton of faith left to the elements. This is our stage. Here, history holds its breath. We see them first as silhouettes against the burning gold of dusk. A gathering of hard men, their figures lean and wiry, their faces hidden in shadow. The air is thick with unspoken tension, a palpable weight. The clinking of gun belts, the soft scuff of leather boots on dusty stone, the shallow, steady breathing. Every sound is amplified in the stillness. Our camera moves closer, handheld, intimate, like a silent observer walking among them. We see the details etched by the Sertão. Faces are leathered by the sun, lined with exhaustion and a deep, simmering fury. Sweat traces paths through the grime on their brows. Their eyes, however, are what hold you. They are wary, sharp, constantly scanning the horizon, reflecting a life lived on the edge, where trust is a currency more valuable than gold, and just as rare. We see trembling hands, not from fear, but from a lifetime of tension, carefully loading worn-out rifles. A rosary, clutched in a calloused hand, swings in slow motion, a fragile symbol of faith in a godless land. And then we see the two men at the center of it all. Lampião, the king of the Cangaçeiros, his one good eye sharp and calculating, his face a mask of hardened charisma. Opposite him, Antônio Silvino, an older, more weary legend, his presence carrying the weight of a bygone era. They are surrounded by their men, a brotherhood of outcasts, their loyalty fierce and absolute. From afar, hiding behind a crumbling wall, the wide, curious eyes of children watch this gathering of ghosts, their innocence a stark contrast to the grim reality before them. Above them, vultures circle patiently in the vast, empty sky. The sun dips lower, casting long, dramatic shadows that dance like specters. The light is golden, almost divine, but it illuminates a scene far from holy. It's a painterly image of decay and defiance. The color palette is a dusty sepia, the film grained thick and tangible, pulling us deeper into the texture of this world. We focus on a close-up, Lampião's lips, chapped and cracked, as he finally breaks the silence. His voice is raspy, carrying the dust of the trail. He speaks in his native Portuguese, and his words hang heavy in the air. Silvino, Sertão mudou. Agora é cada homem por si, e Deus por ninguém, Silvino. The Sertão has changed. Now it's every man for himself, and God for no one. Asterisk. The camera pans to Antônio Silvino. He looks at Lampião not with anger, but with a profound, almost paternal disappointment. He has seen what this life does to men, how it corrodes the soul. He sees in Virgulino, Ferreira da Silva Lampião, as birth namer, reflection of a path he himself once walked, a path that leads only to a violent end. The dust motes dance in the final rays of sunlight, filtering through the chapel's broken archways. Silvino's voice is deeper, more resonant, filled with a melancholic gravity. Você fala de Deus, Virgulino, mas o diabo é quem lhe guia. Amon, asterisk. You speak of God, but it's the devil who guides your hand. Asterisk. A tense silence follows. The men grip their rifles a little tighter. The wind howls softly through the ruins, like a mournful spirit. This isn't just a meeting. It's a crossroads. A clash between two generations of the Cangaço, two philosophies of survival. Silvino represents the old code, a form of social banditry, born from a twisted sense of honor. Lampião represents the new reality, a brutal, chaotic war for survival, where honor is a luxury no one can afford. As this silent battle of wills unfolds, a narrator's voice, deep and somber, speaks over the images. Diz o povo, que o cangaço nasceu da fome e da injustiça. Homens que perderam tudo e encontraram no fogo da vingança o único caminho que restava. Asterisk, the people say the Cangaço was born of hunger and injustice. Men who lost everything and found in the fire of vengeance the only path that remained. Asterisk, while we hear this, we see a montage of slow-motion shots. The children's faces, watching their expressions, a mixture of fear and awe. A close-up of a gnarled hand clutching the wooden stock of a rifle, the knuckles white. The vultures, now descending, their dark wings stark against the burning sky. These images are poetic, fatalistic. They tell us that this story has already been written, and its ending is drenched in blood. The fate of these men is as sealed as the parched earth beneath their feet. They are living legends, but they are also dead men walking. The camera returns to Lampião. A flicker of something, pride, defiance, perhaps even despair crosses his face. He looks past Silvino, out at the endless expanse of the Sertão, his kingdom of dust and thorns. He has made his choice. He has embraced the devil that Silvino speaks of. Because in this land, the devil is a more reliable ally than God. He raises his chin, his one eye glinting in the twilight. His final words are not a reply to Silvino, but a proclamation to the world, to history itself. Enquanto o sol queimar o chão do Nordeste, o nome de Lampião não há de morrer. Asterisk, as long as the sun burns the soil of the Northeast, the name of Lampião will not die. Asterisk, he turns, and without another word, walks away, his men falling in behind him. They melt back into the shadows from which they came, becoming ghosts once more. Silvino remains, a solitary figure watching them go, a relic in a ruined chapel, as darkness finally consumes the landscape. The golden hour is over. The screen goes dark. For a moment, there is only the sound of the wind. Then, a single, distant gunshot echoes across the vast, empty desert. Its source is unknown, its target a mystery. It's simply a final, punctuating note in the symphony of violence that defines this land. The last image we see is a single vulture, a black silhouette, flying directly into the last sliver of the blood-red sunset before it disappears completely. Fade to black. The story of the Cangaço is a complex tapestry of social injustice, brutal violence, and enduring myth. It reminds us how extreme hardship can forge legends from ordinary men, and how those legends can haunt a landscape for generations. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the heart of the Brazilian Sertão. If you were moved by this story, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel for more cinematic deep dives into the forgotten corners of history. We'll see you next time.